All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here. We're live. We're taking your questions. Get them in the chat box wherever they appear. Super chats get a spin of the wheel. No crazy big prizes on there, or are there? I don't know. Anyways, we're going to be talking about some of next year's stuff because things have started arriving, like these Drake bindings and snowboards, and there's a Battalion Evil Twin Plus back there, and I have a whole friggin' goddamn stack of Telos boards. And then next week, even more shit shows up. This is never ending around here. Just boards on bindings on boards. So, anyways, yeah, get your questions in the chat box. Going to try to answer them. Might even read off some of the stupid, funny comments that I've gotten in the past couple weeks. If you tuned in for Sunday's live stream, you got the late night. Also, for anyone that's looking for content to watch, check out the links in the description. There's like 50 videos I posted for you guys, so that should keep you occupied for at least another week. So yeah, but yeah, talk about a gear slut. Like, look at this, just stacks on stacks. It's ridiculous. Ugh. So anyways, ugh. And oh yeah, if you get a chance, you should vote in the poll we've got going on in the chat. Oh God. It's my mom. So, all right. Hano, is there a video of Tommy B chomping on a bird? I'm working on it. I'm going to get one. I'm going to get him. You guys are going to see him eating a whole goddamn bird. It's going to fly in his mouth and he's going to swallow the damn thing because that dude literally eats whole live birds. Let's see what else. Let's find some questions here. Okay. Car wreck. Been checking out your various top 5 binding videos. I'm wondering if the term workhorse can also mean in between freestyle and free ride bindings. Damn right it does. It's kind of like the do everything. So you don't have to worry about that. Oh, let's see what else. Oh, shit. Got super chats coming in. Get to those in a second. MGV14. What's your initial impression of the 2024 Union Force? Looks like the best of Union's tech in one binding. I'm stoked for the refresh of a long-standing binding. Yeah, so I actually was looking at that yesterday. Hopefully gonna get a pair to ride in like 2 weeks. We'll see. We will really see. But yeah, they revamped so there's the Force, which got a huge overhaul, and then there's now the Force OG, which is like the old school Force. And that new Force looks really sick. Like, I was looking at that, I was like, ooh, good job, Union. That actually looks really good. So right now, kind of impressed. Talked to some of the local shop guys that rode it yesterday. They rode yesterday and Tuesday because there was a demo up at Loveland. And they said that it was pretty dang solid. So, see what they say. Or Ian, if I win, is that a record? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. You get to drink Malort. Only Malort. And we got another super chat from Letters. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Good old Dead or Alive. Kevin Jones really popularized that song. Eat your muscle cheese, bitches. This is a good one from John Melring. How are the Telos and public boards looking and feeling for next season? Unfortunately, my public rep was sick with RSV, so he wasn't there, so I didn't get to see anything from public. I'm hoping he'll be better in about a week, and he and I will meet up, and I'll grab a couple boards. I do know that they added a directional board to their lineup, and it's supposed to be very similar to the K2 Passport. So I'm really interested in that. Now, as far as Telos goes, I'm going to grab some stuff here. Oh, God, stacks on stacks. So these are brand new. I got to pull them out of the wrapper, but they have a new board for next year called the Telos. This is it. And so you're getting that like blunted out cutting nose, but then you've got a swallowtail on the tail in there. So, you know, it's if I remember correctly, it's predominantly camber. I think you got a little bit of rocker in the nose on this one. But Steamboat's supposed to get 44 inches in the next 10 days, so I'm hoping to go up there and ride this, which will be friggin' awesome. So there's that board, and that looks solid. These literally just showed up today. So there's that. Then let's find the big one. So the big story, though, is carbon backslash. So new backslash with carbon in it. And this is just supposed to be a beefed up version of what they had. And that finish is beautiful on this thing. But setback camber. So you're going to have that rocker in the nose, then camber throughout. Comes in a 48, 53, 58. So really curious to see how much stiffer this is versus the regular backslash. And then there's a new Legend model called the Massive, which is just like a really wide version of the Legend. And the Lumerian got a shape change again. So, yeah, that's kind of where we got. Ugh. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one from Noodles. Heading out to Copper to ride Sunday through Thursday. How's the snow? We're, I think, 114% of average for snowpack. It's really good. I believe we're supposed to get snow this weekend, if I remember correctly. Let me double check on that for you. But I think, yeah, Friday, 50% chance of snow. Monday, 40% chance of snow. Then it's cold Tuesday, Wednesday, like lows in the single digits. See what Open Snow has to say for good old Copper. Yeah, Friday, Saturday to Sunday or to Monday. It looks like we're gonna get 5 inches in that time frame. So, yeah, should be a good time. Jesus Christ, Steamboat in the next 1 to 5 days, 35 inches. Like that's ridiculous. Like, let's see, 35 inches. Like on Friday, Saturday. That's absurd. Maybe I'll go up on Sunday and shred instead. But yeah, we got snow coming in. Snow conditions are really, really good. All right. Brendan Sawada, GNU Gremlin, which bindings to pair? Solomon Quantum, Flow NX2, TM, Bent Metal Transfer, Rome Vice. The Quantum will probably give you the most power, but you're going to get like lateral play in there just because of the heel cup on there. The NX2 TM isn't enough for it. Transfers are solid for it. Rome Vice, you probably actually want to go with the DOD over a Vice just because then you get the full wrap heel cup in there. That's going to give you more power out of it. All right, let's see. Let's take some more questions here. David Dixon, Burton Malavita being discontinued. That's the story. But, you know, Burton's just going to slowly discontinue strap bindings until everyone's forced to buy their boots and that bullshit step-on shit. Okay. I'm Tyler Busey, no relation to Gary Busey. I have a 158 Capita Outer Space Living and a 159 Black Snowboard of Death. Need something for tight, powdery trees in Mount Bohemia. Would a Navigator be a good option? Hell yeah. So 54 or 157, 58, or do I need to just get good? Because it's Bohemia, you're not going to need as big of a pow board. But so if you want it to be more nimble, you go with that 54. If you're going to ride more open terrain later on, then you want that 57, 58. All right. Super chat from Noodles. Thanks. I love my passport. I think everyone loves that board. pick a random question and give them a spin. We'll go to the next one down below. Comes from Tank E. What are some good base cleaners to use? I've used Demon and Pearl brands. Pearl seemed kind of oily in comparison. Just wondering what's best to use. Anything that's citrus based, it's really what you want. I mean, that's pretty much the best of it. They're all kind of similar in there. If it feels oily to you, you probably put too much on and then you just didn't wipe it down, or you used those white paper towels. Grab the blue ones that are a little bit better, like the mechanical ones. They just tend to wipe it off easier. Remember to spray skiers, people. Got a super chat from Jonathan Basilius. Just converted a lifelong skier to snowboarding, feeling lucky. Doing the Lord's work over here. Well, sir, you won yourself a small sticker pack. What? Oh, it bounced out. Never mind. Subscriber else. Oof, so close. You almost won. Okay, we got Leave B. What's up, Angry? Just ordered a ride shadow band with the Union Stratas, a Rome Vice / DOD. Be a better match for All Mountain. All three of those would work. I'd probably go with the Vice just because you get that lateral play when you want to press with it, but with that ASIM rep, you can still drive it from inside. I think it's a really good binding. If you wanted a little more power on the outside, then I would go with the DOD. The Strata will have a little more lateral and toe to heel play in it. Sean Gravito, Copper Keystone for first-time family with a teen, like the more smaller resorts. Think Breck might be too overload for us. Well, if you're going on a weekend, yeah, but Breck as a mountain isn't even that aggressive. It's pretty fucking flat in there. Keystone sucks, and then you have to deal with people like Jonathan Buckhouse being there. Copper actually has really good beginner terrain over in West Village. Like, they have a whole beginner section, which is really good. And if you're cool with cat tracks, you can pretty much get around the whole mountain. So you got options. Ugh. Okay, where were we? I know I just saw a question I wanted to answer. Super Motards, what app site do you use for snow reports? Open Snow. I pay for the bougie version so I can check everything out. So opensnow.com. Jay Wyland 1, curious what method you use for taking notes and documenting everything when you are reviewing products. Do you just remember everything or use phone notes or something? Seems like electric. Photographic and audiographic memory, bud. I remember what happened. That's why I can recall stuff from 10 years ago and what board was going on and doing what when I wrote it. So yeah, it's all photographic, audiographic memory. So it's there. DWD boards. My girlfriend sent me a full dope snow outerwear setup and asked if it would be good for warmer days. What do I do? Break up with her. Dinos, is the Rome Artifact Pro playful, forgiving enough for an intermediate park rider? Still learning to stomp my front side 360s over jumps and lock in board sleds. Yeah, it's just going to have more snap than the regular Artifact. That's really what it comes down to. So you get better pop off a jump. It takes a little more to press, but not much. Yeah. Timothy C. broke the edge in the bottom of my DOA 2021-22, $150 to $200 for. Fuck, no, that is not worth it. $200 for another $200, you could pick up a board. Like, no, because it doesn't matter how well they fix it, it's always going to be a weak spot in that board. And it's just like the best way to look at it is like it's already weak. You hit it again, it's just going to break. I don't waste your money, especially if they're 150 to 200 bucks. Fuck that. Ugh. So, yeah. Oh, God. Brandon Swata, with base cleaning, I've heard some people say to spray the base cleaner, then scrape it off, metal scraper, no, and then wipe down. Is that completely wrong? Yes. Yes. Completely fucking wrong. Like, if they've got that much fucking wax built up on their base that like they need to spray base cleaner and then scrape it, you might as well take the fucking iron, run it back over the base so it's hot and hot scrape that shit, then spray the base cleaner, then wipe that shit off. Oh, okay. Got a super chat here from Beziums. Hey, Avran, been having some boot issues because by the time my footbed is tolerable, I have too much ankle space. I'm trying some donuts this weekend, but what would you recommend if that doesn't work? Don't start with a donut. Don't start with a donut. So, had to get my visual aids. Donut's only going to do so much, but you really don't want to start with that. What I would recommend is you go with the J-bar first. And here's the thing. So, you want your right or your left J-bar. You want to make sure that the ankle bone is in there. It's underneath. You might have to cut it a little or whatever in there to kind of fit it. Maybe you got to move it up, move it down a little bit. Put that in there. Try that. If that doesn't work, then you bump up to a C-bar, which is basically like the donut, except it doesn't go completely around the ankle bone. So the C-bar, you want to make sure you line that up with the ankle bone in the middle. You might have to trim some of this out in there, but you either want it a little high, a little low, kind of based on the position of that. If that doesn't work, then we got to go to the butterfly wrap. All right. So this is a butterfly wrap. So the back of the boot goes here, and you're going to fold that right around and make sure that this is underneath your ankle bone on each side. And you may have to trim this down just a little bit to get it to where you need it to be. And on top of that, if you're at the point where you're using this and it's still not sucking up enough volume, then you want to put this with the J-bar on top of it to suck up more volume in there. But you're just like getting those little cheap, crappy donuts. They don't really work. If anything, take those donuts and cut them in half so they're C's and start with there. And then if you have to, you can double up with it as need be. Ugh. What do we got? It's just going slow. Ooh, spin again. And remember to all hail Kevin's mullet. I got to touch it yesterday. JT, I read today on Battalion's website that it's advisable to wax and scrape a new board up to 3 times before riding it. Did I F it up by riding my evil twin 4 times already on factory wax? No, just keep riding. You're fine. Okay. All right. We got a super chat from Chris Irvin. Thanks for the recommended K2 instrument and lean AT combo. That's a solid combo. Like, you're going to be able to slash some nice turns. So, yeah. And hail that mullet, people. Ooh, good question here from Jacob Iverson. How would a battalion atom work on a yes standard on ink? I'm down to blow the extra cash on the unnecessary tech if it will last a long time. So it'll be a stiffer binding with more dampness underfoot, which actually, hang on. Okay, thought I had a pair of the next year's Adams. All I've got is the Gimbal God Blaster full wraps. Yeah, I got shit everywhere in this room right now. So much new stuff coming in. So the one thing that I don't like about the Adam, like it would make more sense for it to be a full wrap binding. So you do have that ASIM, so you don't have this piece on the outside. So it does change a little bit of that lateral drive. So when you're pushing into it, you get a little bit more play in there, but the high back kind of compensates for it. The cool thing is I really do like, oh God, where'd that go? Whatever. I do like the footbeds that Battalion is using. I think they're really damp. And when you add that to the standard on ink, you're just going to end up with this like nice damp ride right underfoot, which just lets you just crush everything in your path so you don't have to worry about it. So I think that's really solid. Plus the heel strap on that binding is super solid, like super, super solid. So you get a lot of power out of that when you're driving into it. So these are all things you got to kind of think about in there. But do I think the Atom is a good binding for it? Yeah, but do I think if you put a Rome cleaver on there instead, because it's got the full wrap on there, that you'd get more power out of it? 100%. All right. All right. Okay, Grilled Steez. Hey, brother, Bear local, so that means I only hit park. I mean, you could go over to Snow Summit and try to free ride on that 300 feet of vertical that they have. I have an indoor survival and a sleepwalker. I kind of don't like the sleepwalker. What's a good park board that's different from the others I own? Okay, so you got your directional twin with the indoor survival. You got that sleepwalker with that twin jib board. You kind of want something in between both of those in there. I would probably go with like a ride zero because then you're going ASIM on that. So you get that deeper heel side cut on there. So for carving around in that slush, so you can like just turn a little bit better, but it's also got that rocker in the tip and the tail for presses. That would be like one of the boards I would definitely be looking at just to kind of get you in between the two of those, but not leaning towards one or the other. All right. Here's one from Arahant Sathia. What are the big differences between the Rome Ravine Select versus the K2 excavator for carving, technical lines, and forcing through chunder? So the Rome Ravine Select has 3D shaping in the nose, so it helps funnel that snow out to the side more than the excavator. The excavator, like when you hit stuff, it just plows right through it. The Ravine Select kind of funnels it, like hits it and then plows it out to the side. You also have those rods in the Rome Ravine Select. That's going to just change the pop initiation on it. I think you can pop better on the Ravine Select versus the excavator, but the excavator feels more locked in on edge, especially from the midsection back through the tail. So, like if you're on a groomer, you really notice that. But if you're just in a steep technical line and you're trying to push through snow and whatnot, I do think the Ravine Select slightly beats it there. So, all right. Okay. Ooh. All right. Timothy C. Hi, Angry. Have you tried the 22-23 Captain Indoor Survival? No, because from my understanding, there wasn't enough of a change to warrant riding it. Do you think the Union Ultra will be a good match? Yes. Yes, I do. Uh, Sam Elms, Battalion Atom, too much binding for a K2 instrument, in your opinion? Yes. You'd actually be better off going down to the blaster from Battalion, and it would fit better. Okay, we got Joshua Villaruz, longtime lurker and fan. Just wanted to say I'm headed out to Colorado from Cali for the first time and super stoked to see where your reviews are done at. Well, good luck at Copper. Snow's good. Um, Snow's been real good this year, like real good. You know, stop by Gravity, support them, buy some stuff there. It's a great shop, good people there. And you might see me lurking around with Tommy Bennett. You might not. I don't know. I'm just hiding in the bushes with fake birds making noises, waiting to see if he'll come by and grab one and eat it. He eats whole birds live at Copper. You can watch him. So. Oh, you lose. All right. We got a super chat from Dan K. Buckhouse wears floaties to ride the gondola. He wears turtle ass pads. And that's all you need to know right there. King of the Kooks. King of the Kooks. That's what he is. Oof. You lose. That thing's going around. All right. All right. Super chat from Joe X. Couldn't demo the bindings I wanted to, so bought the Ride A8s and slayed moguls all day. Loving the combo. Thanks, man. Ugh, moguls. Ooh. Let's see. Well, we're bouncing back. Subscribe or else, people. All right, and we got another super chat from Sky of Storms saying Spinathy for Windman. Good old Slimithy. Good old Slimithy Whitman. So, oh well. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one too. From Tank E. Did you see Capita is making a souped up version of the Black Snowboard of Death called the Mega Death? I'm ready to die a high speed death. I wrote it yesterday. I took it out. Oh God. It's Slimithy. Slimithy!
It's about time we revisit our relationship, you fucking dick nose!
What relationship is that, Slimithy?
You listen to me! I demand your little fucking minions! You little fucking dick nose minions! See, and these guys, this tragic invoking of my name. Stop talking about me on your fucking show, you fucking dick nose! Stop mocking me! Stop mocking me!
Mocking me! Mocking me!
I wanted to make amends with you. I wanted to maybe be your friends and maybe go ride Copper Mountain with you, but no, because what happened is I was asked to leave Henderson, Nevada. So little Harold Terry and I, okay, and he's taking a nap right now, and you're gonna make me wake him up, you fucking dick nose.
You're waking him up.
Shut up.
You shut up.
You shut up and listen to me talk. You listen to me talk. I have things to say. I have important things to say.
Oh, yeah? Say them.
We tried to move closer to you, okay? And we moved to Flagstaff, Arizona.
Flagstaff,
Arizona. Standing at full mast flag. And the problem, Avran, you fucking dick nose, is that I lost my Rained McNally Thomas guide. I lost it. It was lost.
you use physical maps.
Flagstaff is further south, so now I'm further away.
How is Flagstaff treating you?
Fuck you.
Slimithy Whitman, everybody. Slimithy Whitman. It's never a good live stream when he calls, ever. Oh, yeah. Okay. So anyways, we're going to go back to Tanky's question about the Mega Death, which is basically a Black Snowboard of Death with mega construction. So I took it out for a couple laps yesterday. Just some initial thoughts on the thing. One, probably one of the lightest snowboards I've ever been on. Like, just you pick that thing up and you're like, holy shit. The other thing is the flex on it. Like, everyone thinks Mega Death, right? So beefed up version of the Black Snowboard Death, super stiff in that. It is a very approachable flex. It is not overly stiff. I rode a 57 wide in it, And I was able to flex that nose and tail, no problem in it. Like the cool thing, like a unique thing happened to me on it. So I was coming down in Loveland, cutting under chair 4. So I decided to put it on my toe edge and lay it over and see what was going to happen on there and carve back uphill. It actually picked up speed going uphill, which is very rare. That board locked in on a level I've never really felt on a snowboard in 26 years of riding. Like it locked in. I couldn't get out of the carve. I couldn't get it to disengage till I hit a bump. It actually kicked me flat. And then I went over on my heel edge and rode it back out around the lift tower on there. But the guys on the chairlift all thought I was going to die because like this thing, it just railed fucking turns, or like railed some. But it is not this unapproachable board that's going to be so uber stiff that you can't ride it. Like I can't wait to get that out for a full day and really see how it actually handles and whatnot. But this is not like what people are thinking. I would probably put it more in that category of like an ultralight or a megalight from Nidecker, where yeah, it's high end, it's beefed up, but it's not overly stiff. Like that's where I would put it. It was a unique ride. I would say that it definitely kind of felt like a black snowboard of death with a Mega Mercury combined, and the flex really wasn't so demanding. Like you had to be on your A game. Like you could be laid back with it and it would still be solid. So yeah. Anyways. Okay. Let's take this question from Ave. Ride Twin Pig with Union Atlas or the Strata? I'd go with the Strata. It's a more freestyle focused binding. Human rationally. The bottom of my boot is starting to detach. Thinking some shoe goo would help. Any recommendations or just need new boots? If you can't afford new boots and you're going to try to make it, shoe goo actually isn't going to work as well. What I would recommend is get a caulk gun and housing caulk, like silicone caulk, like shower caulk. And you want to follow where it's delamming in there and basically caulk it around the outside of the shell and then do a crisscross pattern in the middle, or do a crisscross pattern in the middle and then around the shell. And then when you're going to press it, you want to make sure that you've got something that's going to compress it, whether it's a C clamp or you just got a lot of weight on it and you're going to leave it sitting for 24 hours to help it reattach. But realistically, at that point, your boot is dead. Like it's going to completely just separate eventually and you're going to need a new boot. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. And for anyone asking, yes, I harnessed my inner Dave Mustaine while I rode the Megadeth. That was my first thoughts, actually. Oof. D-Low, up early and driving to the hill. Forgot to close the roof rack. Binding's destroyed and board only has cosmetic damage. Life lesson. I watched 4 boards get run over by a semi last year. Just came right out of the roof rack and just ran them right over. Like, always check your roof racks. I don't use them. I put my shit in my car. I'll put a child on the roof, but I won't put my snowboard up there. Ever. On the plus side, though, you just won yourself a jumbo sticker pack. So, you know, all you got to do is email me info@angrysnowboarder.com and I'll get that in the mail to you. And anyone that won last week's or on Sunday night's live stream, I just haven't dropped everything off, but I do have them full. So, all right. Big Bull Trout. Hey, man, what board would you attach to a pair of Rome DODs that's good for all mountain riding, carving, jump, pow with some switchability? Not interested in riding rails. Ride Shadow Band, Jones Mountain Twin, Capita Mercury. Those are like 3 right there that I would recommend. So, yeah, those are 3 that I would definitely recommend. Let's see. What do we got? We got 172 people in here. If you're just tuning in here, you got questions, get them in the chat box. Super chats do get a spin of the wheel. Might be a prize, might not be a prize. I don't know. We'll find out. Speaking of prizes, made some new merchandise that we're working on. So see what you guys think. So was playing around, ordered a sample neck tube with this Ride Snowboard Spray Skiers logo on it on there, and use the purple with the white. Gonna see how this thing holds up, really test that one out. So, but that could be added to angrysnowboarderstore.com. The other thing was did some new hoodies that we're playing around with. So the Van Angry logo in honor of Eddie Van Halen with the board breaker on the sleeve. So we did that. And then, stuff's so fresh, I haven't even taken it out of the bags yet. And then was playing around with some embroidery as well. So got a little Angry logo embroidered up there on the left breast. Just kind of see how those feel. This is a really lightweight hoodie though, but yeah, if you guys like that, just leave me a comment or something and say I should probably add that to the web store for you guys. So yeah, so anyways, there's that. All right, Ronald Newman. Is there a reason that the K2 Lean AT heel cup is so narrow they don't fit Van's boots without forcing them in? Yeah, because they're designed to work with a K2 boot. I mean, you look at that, and I don't even consider that narrow, and that fits in there. So, Ted G, I was riding in the trees over the weekend, hit a tree stump or a lost skier family, not sure. Hopefully it was a bunch of skiers, but it dented my base. Is there a way to repair it? No, that dent is there now. You will just have to deal with that. Milo, were there any changes or updates to the Nidecker Supermatic bindings from next year? Honestly, I didn't even ask. I was too busy. I was more impressed that there was an APX ASIM board from them. And I was like, ooh, what's this shiny thing? But I think they're offering a bigger size now. I think that's is. I got to look at the catalog. They just emailed it to me right before this, so I didn't have a chance to check it out. All right. We got Hano with the super chat. Spin to win. Do you win? Or do I win? Who wins here? What do we got? Spray skiers. We all win. Oh, no. You're just a nerd. Okay. Buck Choi, how big of a difference between the ASIM hammock strap and the regular hammock from Burton? Thinking of switching it on my Malavita. I mean, the ASIM, it's just the way the cutout is. It's going to change how it flexes in there and whatnot. And then it's also like your personal preference in there. You might not notice it. You might notice it. Depends on how sensitive your instep is. X71822 THX. Robert Duvall over here. Do you recommend a slightly wider stance for carving, or is it just personal preference? Thanks. Personal preference. Do what you got to do. All right. Okay, so we got another super chat from Beziums. So I'm starting with C bars. Today also marks 1 month from my first board trip to Colorado for a week on Telluride. The Stoke is real. Good. Get out, ride, shred, have fun, spray skiers. Always spray skiers. Always spray skiers. Oof, loser. That's a harsh one. All right, we got one here from Angel Garcia. Hi, Angry. My girlfriend is currently on a Roxy Sugar rocker and is progressing to intermediate. Would a Jones twin sister be a good next board for her? Thank you in advance. The twin sister is probably going, just because it's got camber between the feet, like it's more aggressive. That's going to be a drastic bump up. What is it? There's the other board. It's like the women's version of the Frontier. from them that would be better. But like going from full rocker even into cam rocker, she's going to feel that it's hooky in there, and it's going to be a drastic jump up to the point where it's like it might be a little bit much for her, or she's going to have a learning curve and kind of backslide with her riding ability. So you have to be prepared for that. I would kind of talk to her about it before you decide to jump into it. All right, Christopher Frey, just wanted to give you a tip after watching many of your videos. I got the Rosnell Resurgence and have been very pleased. Going to Powder Mountain next week. Super excited. Thanks. Oh, man. Wish I was going to Powder Mountain. Love that place. So good. So good. Oof, you lose. Hawks fan, favorite pre-ride ramen choice for Japan. I hate ramen. It's just not my thing. Oh, this guy thinks he's being funny. Cool. Well, you go into timeout. You say something again. Done. Okay. Okay. RB. Paired the Union Ultras with my Jones Mountain Twin, and I love it. Good setup. But I picked up a black snowboard to death for free and need a better suited binding, thinking the C8 or the Atlas Pro. I would, if you did rides, I'd bump up to the 9s for the black snowboard to death series. You'll be happier. Otherwise, I think going with the Atlas Pro makes sense just because the Atlas Pro is designed to match up to the black snowboard of death. So, okay. Let's see. All right. All right. Okay. Super chat here from Timothy C. Thanks, Angry. Will up my indoor plus ultra in Zermatt. Oh, well, ride. I assume you mean ride. Cool. Yeah, get on it. Do it. Kill it. All right, what do we got here? Subscriber outs. Okay, so we got a question here from Tibby TT. Is Arthur Longo's Pro model a modified Mega Mercury, or is it replacing anything or an addition to the Mercury lineup? So it's a completely different board, and it's a little narrower. Like you might want to actually upsize with it, and you have to ride it really fast. I didn't get a chance to get on the Aeronaut, but basically it's if out of the Capital lineup, it would be closer to like the old Supernova is what I was told. So I will be asking for one to ride though. All right, let's see. All right, super chat here from Buck Choi. Oh, I answered this question for you already up above. So there's a spin. Spin again. Subscriber else, people. Subscriber else. Okay. We got a super chat here from Alex Campbell. Black Snowboard Death with Rome Cleavers. Thanks for recommending. That's such a good setup. Such a good setup. Ooh, pick a random question and give him a spin. Okay, what do we got? Let's find one down here. Let's take this one from Jarvis. Is the K2 Passport better than the K2 Manifest team? It's not that it's better, it's like the spiritual successor to it. So you had the Manifest team come out, and then there was like this weird overlap with the Manifest and stuff, and they needed to differentiate it. And then the Passport came out, and it's a new shape and everything. It's kind of the spiritual successor. Do I think one's better than the other? Not necessarily. Like if you put them side by side, and I was just like, oh, and there's two of us and we had to choose, I'd be like, hey, let you pick, and I'll just ride whatever, and I'd be fine with it. So spray skiers, people, spray skiers. Ooh, actually that bounced. Jarvis, you got yourself a small sticker pack. Email me info@angrysnowboarder with your mailing address, and I'll get that in the mail to you. And we'll go from there. Okay. Oh, look, someone's trying to troll a question. They can suck a fart out of my ass. All right, we're going to go to this super chat from Hano. I'm a nerd. Guess it's time to get a nerd superposition. Sold out, baby. Sold out. Going to have to get in on the pre-order for next year with those. So, was sold out fast, too. All right, subscribe or else. Is this thing loose? Oh, it is. I should have probably tightened that before we started. Oh, well. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Find a question here. MC Boogs, White Space Snowboards, your thoughts? Cash grab. They're backcountry exclusives anyways. I really just honestly don't give a fuck about them. It's just another fucking brand. It's a Me Too brand by a guy that was a professional athlete that used snowboarding and skateboarding. It's not a snowboarder. I don't give a fuck about him. Company could burn to the ground with gilts and snowboards, and I wouldn't give a fuck. Actually, I'd probably laugh because they burned to the ground because I'm a horrible person like that. But I really honestly just don't give a fuck, and I'm not going to exude any energy to ride them, and I'm not going to give any energy that I need to promote them. I don't care. They're there. That's it. Okay. Let's see. Take this super chat from Thorvald. Thoughts on Longo's new SIG board? It looks sick. It's a little narrower than I thought it was going to be. Like I previously said, I think you need to upsize on it. Like a 57 is kind of my all mountain size. And I looked at the 57. I was like, I can't fucking ride that. I was like, I need a 61. And my friend Shane actually rode it for a couple hours yesterday. And he was like, just go really fast and pop off everything. And I was like, okay. I'm really curious. I think I'm going to actually absolutely enjoy it for what it is, even though my knees are probably going to swell up like grapefruits after I do. But yep. So. Oof, you lose. All right. This is a good one from Treeborough01. Hey, Avran, any new pocket bacon recipes? You want to get that Montreal steak spice seasoning and sprinkle it over it. And what you want to do, rather than lay it flat, because I oven bake my pocket bacon, twirl it so it looks like a pig's tail, so it's all curled. And then you put that steak seasoning all over the top of it, and you're good. The other thing that you could always do too is pour a little maple syrup over it right before it's finished baking. And so it kind of caramelizes on it. And then you get like kind of a maple candied bacon too. So, yeah. All right. Anthony Hocking with the super chat. Gimbal God, Camel 2, and Astro full wrap package drop today. Please talk me out of impulse buying them or don't. You mean this? You want me to talk you out of not buying this? I think you need this. I think you do. I think you should be listening to Goodbye Horses and staring into the mirror and be like, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. But you need to be like, would you shred me? I'd shred me. You need it. Or you don't. I don't fucking know. But yes, I do have the gimbal god binding sitting here. Ollie those slow signs, people. Ollie those slow signs. Okay. Luke Desanier, my 6-year-old asked, have you ever done a front flip? Yes. Sometimes on purpose, most of the time by accident. Don't ask me splitboard questions. I don't do that shit. Okay, Michael Pham. My cousin's boyfriend is getting more into snowboarding, wants rear entry bindings. Never had them before. Would you recommend them? And if so, what models? Hang on a minute. So everyone will always be like, go to flow, go to flow. And flow's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with flow. But I also really do like the SP Fastex, and GNU has licensed them. So you can always go with like the Fastex here, which, yeah, so these are next year's. But this one, because when it's fully set up and you've got it dialed in and everything, personally, I think it goes in because it's got this hinge right here that moves everything out of the way. So then when it goes down, it's easier to get in. And then when you bring it up, you just lock that. Boom, boom. I think they work. The other thing would be maybe check out the Nidecker Supermatics. They're just, I think that's a truly really good step-on binding, but it's $500. If price is an issue, that's where like the SPs come in, the flows come in. Whatever you do, avoid the fucking cinches. They're fucking straight trash. Like, I fucking absolutely hate those piles of shit. They're just trash. Like, they ride like shit. They weigh like 25 pounds each. It's like riding with cinder blocks on your feet. So yeah. Okay, Cynic. Good park boards to pair with the Rome Mod Rocker. Not sure if I'm a fan of the flat profile. Want to really pop off jumps. Was considering the S Jackpot, but a 52 may be too big for me at 5'5" and 130 pounds. No, you can get away with the 52, but what you really want is a cambered board, like something that's camber dominant. If you don't really like that flat to rocker, what I would recommend instead, just because of your weight, was maybe check out the Ride Zero. That's a really good one to look at. Jackpot solid. You could do like the Rome Agent Pro. I think that's what it is, or the Plus, or whatever the fuck they call it. The beefier, the all black one. That would be one that I would look at. It's just a little bit snappier in there, and it comes in your size. The other thing that I would look, the other board that I would look at would be like a Capita Indoor Survival too. That board's super solid. So yeah. All right. Kenji Yamamoto, looking at a few ride boards to replace my pink GNU Spam Super Progressive Air Machine. I was looking at the Zero, the Algorithm, the Shadow Band. What's your suggestion? 180 pounds, size 10, Pacific Northwest, Mount Hood. You don't want the Zero. Size 10, Pacific Northwest, Mount Hood. You don't want the Zero if you're coming off the Spam, just because of that directional shape and whatnot in there. Shadow Band would probably be the closest out of those three to what that felt like. It won't be quite so damp. It'll be a little more lively, but it'll still have a good ride. The Algorithm will be more assertive and stiffer, and it'll have more snap just because of the amount of carbon in there. But I would probably just look at that Shadow Band, honestly. Okay, we got a super chat here from Sky of Storms. Which size super DOA for a 5'8", 165-pound, size 8 Thraxis with Rome katanas and a real katana? Want to hit more rails but still be stable on jumps. Slim's timing was awesome. LOL. So you want to still be able to hit rails but stable on jumps at 165. What is that? I think it's It's like what, 56, 50? Is it 53, 52? It's somewhere in that range. I think that's probably where you really want to be. Like off the top of my head, I can't quite remember, but I know it's like B. Like off the top of my head, I can't quite remember, but I know it's like, I think it's 56, 55 wide, and I think it's like a 52 or a 53, and that's where you want to be with that board. And spray skiers. All right. John S. Avran, what's your opinion on flex bindings? So they have like a really big dead spot under their foot. Like they just, you flip one over and you look at how much plastic and that has, and it creates a really big dead spot. Their straps are also super minimal. So you like feel everything with it. Like I think they make a solid product. I just don't think it's for me. And I also know how much of a pain in the dick it is to try to deal with them over here in the US. Like they just don't really give a shit. I mean, they're owned by CarMate. They really don't give a shit. So I love this question from Buck Choi. Why does Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp ride so sloppy despite how much riding he does? He should take a lesson from Tommy B. He should take a lesson from Tommy B. But so what it is he just doesn't care. He put the title pro in there, bought his audience, and was one of the first guys on YouTube to build up what little audience he had. So he just thinks, so the people that he caters to, he only has to be mildly better than, even though there's more of us that are actual snowboarders, not people that snowboard that make shit on YouTube, that have started calling him out. Like, dude needs to learn how to bend his fucking knees. He needs to learn that every time he lands on the knuckle, that's not how you land a fucking jump. You want to be past the knuckle. That dude, go watch any of his jump videos. He always hits the fucking knuckle. And my favorite is, oh, it's my first rails of the year. I'm just warming up. And I'm like, weren't you just like down in New Zealand for like a month hitting rails like 2 weeks ago? Like, don't give me this bullshit. You just don't know how to fucking do it. That's what it is. Like, dude's afraid to push himself. I mean, on top of the fact he's 40 fucking years old and like trying to act like he should still be hitting the park and shit. Like, go ride some fucking POW, dude. Oh my God, the wheel has a ghost. But yeah, no, he sucks. He sucks horribly at snowboarding. Watching him ride in person, like the one time I met him, I was like, oh my God, this guy is fucking atrocious. Like, he'll spend a whole day riding, hiking, doing whatever in the park to cut it into a video because it takes him so long to fucking get something so it remotely looks okay. Like, dude's trash. His edge control is trash. Part of the problem is he doesn't know how a snowboard boot should actually fucking fit. Like, that's indicative of every boot video he ever makes. He's like, these are the best boots. Everyone should buy them. I've had problems with these boots fitting. Like, no, dude, the reason you have problems with your boots fitting is because you buy them too fucking big and they don't fit your foot shape. It's literally what it is. And after that, then you get sloppy ankle play. You're super stiff leg because you're like 6'3", dude. You're a big guy. Big guys have that problem. You never learned how to bend your fucking knees. I'm 6 foot. I used to be 6'3", compressed my spine. I'm 6 foot and a quarter. But what it is he never learned how to bend his knees, and he never spent the time to learn real proper fundamentals. He'll tell people that he was an instructor at Whistler, but what he doesn't tell you is that he was basically the guy taking the kids around at the kid castle, fucking like, you know, wiping drool off these little crotch goblins and making sure that they go in a little line like this down the hill. That's it. Like, it's not fucking teaching people how to ride. So, whatever. Okay. Adam Finley. Hey, dude, any idea what is replacing the Malavita? Step-ons. They're just going to go all step-ons. All right. Sully Slays. I'm an intermediate. Oh, God. Where'd that question go? I just lost it. Oh, shit. Where were we? Oh, God. Oh, God. I lost it. Okay, here it is. Sully Slays. I'm an intermediate level rider looking to step it up this year. Mostly ride resort powder at Kicking Horse. Local shop recommended the Rome Artifact Pro. What's your thought? For Kicking Horse? For powder? No. I mean, if you were going to do something from Rome in that direction, you'd be better off going with a Ravine in there. But honestly, like, you need something that's more directional twin. I would say at an intermediate level rider looking to step it up, go with the Rome Warden. But I think honestly, like, a ravine would probably help you more for riding powder and ripping the resort. Like that Artifact Pro is like, it's a true twin. Like unless you're riding a ton of park, that just doesn't make sense. All right, Tanky, you rode the Megadeth. What about the ride deepfake? I looked at it, may have put my fingers on it. That's about it. So, all right. Kareem 2K with the super chat. Give me some damn stickers. Let's see if you fucking win. Otherwise, you can go on angrysnowboarderstore.com and buy some. Ooh, person 3 above you gets a spin. So that takes us back to Sully Slays. So give him a spin. Remember to ollie those slow signs, people. Ollie those slow signs. Columbus Everett, what's your opinion on the Sims nub? Not much out there about it. I don't have one because I just don't care. Like that's a brand that I just don't give a fuck about. I've watched Sims be a price point brand. I've watched it be sold. I've watched it made at Never Summer. Right now, the Japanese Sims distributor bought the US licensing to it. They're trying to do this weird late 90s, early 2000s marketing. And they're like, oh, we're so fucking punk rock. We're all this. I don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. To me, it's just another Me Too brand. Like, I'm not wasting my time riding them. It's just another brand I look at and I go, don't care. Okay. JT, how much of this review gear do you get to keep? Goose eggs! I pretty much give all of it away if the company doesn't want it back, but most of this stuff, so the Telos boards will go back. The Drake stuff will go back. The GNU bindings that I have there will go back because those are from the rep. The battalion stuff that I have, like that Evil Twin Plus and the bindings, that's also the rep stuff. So that goes back to their demo fleet so that they can do demos in the fall. I borrow a lot of stuff from the local rep guys. They're really, really, really good to me. I can't praise enough how much they're the backbone, allowing me to do everything here. So I pretty much, I would say like 99.8% of the stuff I give back. And then some of the stuff I'll buy like samples off reps, or if it's a marketing person I'm dealing with, we'll do some kind of trade or whatnot for it. Or they'll just be like, do a giveaway, whatever, or I'll ride it for the season and then just give it away. So, yeah, I pretty much do not keep anything. Ugh. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's find a question. All right. All right, we got super chat from our moderator, Billy Ray Valentine. BHPs, butthole pleasures, slim sucks. BHPs are right up there with OTP HJs. Ooh, pick a question for a random spin. I'll take this one from Ollie Brown. Hi, Angry. Do you think the boards that are getting close to $1,000 are worth it? LibTech, some Burtons, etc. Yes and no. Some of them I've ridden and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, that's $1,000 board for sure. Like that's no problem with it. But at the end of the day, like you got to ask yourself, does the average consumer need that? No, that's like a specialty marketing piece board. They make limited runs of. It's for oral surgeons and dentists because they're the guys that have the money for a deck like that. The average consumer that rides 15, 20 days a year, they don't fucking need it. They think they need it. They don't need it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Like, yeah, I review it and they watch the review and they're like, I need to go buy this. And I'm just like, you can buy the downgraded version and you'll be just fine. Like, they're marketing pieces. That's really what they are. They have their place and there is that consumer that will buy it. But I would say like 9 out of 10 people that buy it probably actually just don't even need it. They need a middle of the road directional twin. That's it. Which actually I'm working on a top 5 called the top 5 reasons all you need is a directional twin snowboard. So we got that one coming. But let's give you a spin, Ollie. Ooh, got yourself a jumbo sticker pack, sir. Be sure to email me, info@angrysnowboarder.com with your mailing address, and I'll drop that in the mail probably Saturday, because that's when I'm going to catch up on work. Ooh, okay, we got one here from Andrew likes shiny things. I like shiny things too. What bindings would you pair with the public statement? I have one with Contact Pros on it right now, but thinking of upgrading. So with the statement, I would upgrade from the Contact Pro to the Ultra. Better dampening underfoot, but you still get a lot of that play in there, so it makes it really jibby. Otherwise, I would look at like a Rome Vice, a bent metal action would be a really good one as well. Maybe a K2 lineup if you wanted to. And if you were doing ride, I'd look at like a C6. Asthmatic. Best places to go near Frisco for Icon Pass user in March. There's only two places you can go on the Icon Pass near Frisco. That's Copper and A Basin. Those are your options. I mean, you're in Frisco. You're going to drive 6 miles down the road to Copper, or you're going to drive 16 miles to A Basin. Those are your options. Steamboat's like 2 hours north of us. It's going to be like at least 2.5 to 3 hours to Aspen to get there. Winter Park's going to be 45 minutes to the pass, and depending on how bad that is, it can suck. Plus, Winter Park sucks dicks with its butthole. That place fucking sucks. I hate it. And then you got Eldora that's closer to Denver. Like, I mean, realistically, what are you going to do? Drive 20 minutes or drive 2 hours? So those are your two options right there. All right, super chat from the Syndicate. I've donated a lot of angry stickers I've got to the Groms on my hill. I love to see a 9-year-old rip by on a small battalion with an AS sticker on it. I love hearing that there's kids out there that don't even know who I am wearing my stickers. It's way better than kids touching Buckhouse stuff. I swear to God, that guy is going to come out as being a kid diddler at some point. Convinced. Ooh, drink Malort. Just don't let the kids drink it. All right. Gunner Fellstool. What board carves the best even when the groomers get choppy? Amplid Pentaquark, Nitro Pantera. Those are really, really damp boards. They're good like that. The GNU Gremlin is another one that kind of stands out in that. The Ride Mountain Pig. Yeah, those would be kind of the ones I would look at. To an extent, even the Battalion Carver will push through that chop. If you're doing Karua, you want to bump up to like the plus line of stuff, like a Pencil Plus, an Auto Plus, a Transition Finder Plus. All of those do well too. All right. All right. So we got a super chat from JJ Livingston with the PSA. Smash the motherfucking like button, people. He said it, not me. He said it, not me. So, but yeah. All right. Ooh. Subscribe or else. Okay, let's see. Where were we? Okay. All right. Vanessa Vargas, Avran, if I only bring one board to the Mid-Atlantic, which do I choose? The GNU Lady's Choice, the Yes, Hell Yes, or buy a new one? This year, I'd probably buy the cheapest thing you could because you're going to be riding on dirts and rocks because it's so freaking muddy over there. They just haven't been getting snow, unfortunately. Like, I don't even know how much of the resorts are open. I was talking to friends back in New York, and it's fucking piss and rain on the resort. I feel bad for them. Like, everyone's struggling back east. And the problem is, it's like going through this weird freeze thaw cycle. So you're getting ice and slush at the exact same time. I'd probably say go with the Yes, Hell Yes. I just think it's got better edge hold. I also think it's just a better board than the Lady's Choice too. So, okay. Okay, let's see. All right, super chat from Buck Choi. Thank you for the Kevin rant. It's made my week. Well, I'm glad I made someone's week because I definitely disappointed a few other people. Ooh, subscribe or else. Okay, Porter, yo, big dog. Any binding suggestions for riders with bigger feet? Toe drag is my enemy, size 13. So Union makes a bigger binding, like when you go into the large, and I think the Force comes in an XL or something like that, but it'll fit a 13. Like you can really max that one out in there. The Rome large, extra larges, but you've got to make sure like you max when you slide everything out. You got to pull the toe ramp and everything on there. That'll fit to a 13 depending on the boot. If it's like a 32, it's like a super bulky boot. It's going to be really, really tight in there. Let's see. I'm trying to think who else makes. Bent Metal. Like the Transfer and the Solution and the Core Pro, like the higher end stuff. They go bigger for sure. So there's 3 options for you. Okay. Oof. Dragos Cicerano. Hi, Angry. I'm looking to buy a new pair of mittens. Any recommendations? My problem's sweaty hands. So don't get one that's super bulky leather. You want something that's more the cloth material and it's got that ribbing on the top because that actually helps ventilate it. I would check out like Crab Grab, Decine. Those 2 really seem to have something a little more thin that would work for you, especially with sweaty hands. Okay. Jack Carpenter, ride Shadowband 154, 157, 165 pounds, 9.5 boots, and have all 10 of my fingers. It's good that you have all 10 of your fingers. Jack, so here's the way I would look at it. 54 is probably the size I would really push you for more versatility, all mountain use. It's going to be fine. 57, if you want to charge a little bit harder, pop a little bit more, and really lay a carve. Those are like kind of the 2 ways I would look at it. All right. Cream 2K with the super chat. Stickers, Avran. No fun buying them. I see how this is. Let's see what we got for you. Oh, you lose. You lose. Okay. Georgie Kobe, any advice for someone who's heading to a big high elevation ski resort for the first time, coming from the local East Coast ski hills? Hydrate before you get there. Make sure you take a potassium supplement as well. Altitude sickness can really get you. Ease into it on your first day. Don't go balls to the wall and be like, I got to go open and close the whole time I'm here. You'll kill yourself. Ease into it. Enjoy it. Start small. Work your way up. Take it all in for what it is. Don't gape out with your cape out. Don't be one of those guys that pisses off the locals and does stupid shit. Remember to check your blind spots. Spray skiers, always spray skiers, do that. If you're going to ollie a rope, be sure you exactly know how to ride away in case mountain safety wants to come and yell at you. Okay, let's see. Find another one. Derek Constantino, does Burton not send you product anymore? Evidently, they talk about sending product and then they sit around and circle jerk each other in their fucking marketing meetings, and then they send all the shit to Jonathan Fuckhouse. I don't know. They keep telling me they're going to send me stuff, and then everyone kind of makes me want to jump through hoops and all this shit. And I finally said, I was like, I'm not wasting my time or my fucking energy. I was like, this is the list. This is what you send it. This is where you send it. You'll get it back at the end of May, maybe June. That's what it is. I was like, you want me to go down to the Burton store on Main Street here and take demo fleet stuff out of there? Go right ahead. So they wanted to make it fucking hard. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck about their mediocre product. And believe me, Burton makes a shit ton of mediocre product. It's a product for people that buy snowboards, not people that are snowboarders or people that snowboard, people that buy snowboards. That's what it is. They'll buy a Burton, they'll hold on to it for 20 fucking years. That's what it's for. That's who it's literally for. Like, they make so much fucking mediocre shit. They overproduce everything. I just literally don't give a fuck about that brand anymore. Sit around fucking huffing their own goddamn farts in their marketing meeting. Okay, so we're going to talk about how green we are now. You're not fucking green when you overproduce so much shit. You're not. You're not green. Fuck you. We're going to talk about how woke we are today. Oh, but you're being a little too woke, so you're fired because you're the girl that was supposed to be like our indigenous people person. Like, fuck that brand. Fuck them. I just don't give a fuck about them. Jake died and that brand just got even worse. So it's just like, fuck them. I know what they've done for snowboarding. I'm not taking away from what they've done, but what are they doing now? They're sitting around huffing their farts. Everyone's sitting there like, we're the cool kids at the not so cool kid table. Well, we're fucking so special. Like, fuck you. Fuck you, you fucking kooks. All of them. Like, I'm fucking over it. Bunch of mediocre bullshit fucking product. Like, make good product. It's not that fucking hard. Stop fucking giving boards to girls that wear fucking yoga pants and snowboard 3 days a year so they can go up to Tahoe, stand on the side of Mount Rose and take photos and be like, I'm up here snowboarding. Look at me. Thank you, Burton. I love you, Burton. Ah! Let me go give an OTPHJ to Zach Mauser now. Ah! Give a fuck. Like, that company fucking sucks. Like, my favorite thing, them opening flagship stores right across from their oldest accounts. That one's my personal favorite. Like, they make them partnered stores, right? So we have a Burton store on Main Street. It's owned by Vail. That, I guess, is going to become a Burton partnered store, which means Burton's going to run it right across the street from the Underground, who carried Burton since the late 80s. Whoa, but that's a big thank you like that. And you want to know what the funny thing is with that Burton store on Main Street? The people there don't know how to fix shit and do anything, so they just send them across the street to the Underground, so they got to do it. They create more work for them, not any more profit or anything. It's fucking bullshit. Like, fuck that brand. Like, I don't really give a shit. It's Burton. I love people that are like, I bought a fucking Burton custom with fucking cartels, bro. Like, you don't know anything about snowboarding. I'm like, oh, cool. You bought a fucking Burton. Like, cool. Like, awesome. You're the fucking best snowboarder in your mind. Fucking pickle dicks. Like, you know, as much as I pick on people that buy Orcas and shit, at least they go out and try to snowboard. People that buy Burton shit like make 3 laps and just sit at the fucking bottom and lodge pimp fucking suck. Like, ugh. I love these people. Like, whenever I'm somewhere with some friends and they introduce me to people and they're like, oh, what does he do? And he's like, oh, he reviews snowboards. They're like, I bought a Burton. And I was like, good for you. I didn't ask what you owned. I don't give a fuck. And then they proceed to tell me how Burton is the best fucking thing ever. And they can do everything. And Shaun White in the half pipe because they still think Shaun White rides for Burton. Like, that's the level of stupidity of these people. Like, just fuck them, dude. There's so many better products for cheaper price. You don't pay for that brand markup on it. It's like, I don't care. And I don't care if their fucking marketing team watches this video. Like, eat a dick, you fucking step on douche canoes. Oh, look at us. We put the ICS channel in our board. Infinite stance options. Oh, it's the fucking best thing ever. No, it's not. Like, stop huffing your farts. Stop snorting Jenkum. Like, stop making mediocre product. Stop overproducing. Stop fucking your local shops that built your brand. Like, my favorite thing is people don't even know that they make a specific line for Nordstrom Rack. $2,000 jackets. Shit like that. Like, fuck this brand. All right. Anyways, next. Jenny Crook, do you think the offshore snow shapes boards are worth the price? I've never ridden one, but like the concept of them and talking with the owner and what they have going on, you know, it's up to you, I think, to decide if you think it's worth the price. For me, if I was in Japan, I went by the factory, I talked to Doug's trying to kill something out there. I went by the factory, did that, talked to Josh, the owner, and stuff like that. Got to ride them, and I liked one. And I was in Japan, and I couldn't get it anywhere else. I'd go fucking buy it. I wouldn't give a shit. I'd just be like, I liked it, I want it, I bought it. That's the way I look at it with them. So, all right, we got Catbug, Avran, intermediate rider, looking to get good this season, but need a new board. 5'9", 140, Denver rat that loves pound trees more than anything. Want to support local, but also poor. Suggestions? Hit up Thrift Boards, man. Doesn't get more local than that. At Thrift Boards on Instagram, thriftboards.com. Go buy a thrift board. Get yourself a secondhand board. See what he's got. Dude's always got something going on. Crazy deals on older stuff that's still solid if you're on a budget. Can't go wrong with that. Dude's upcycling older stuff. So, yeah, go check out Thrift Boards for sure. Okay. All right. Super chat from our boy Bryson Hubert. Speaking of $1,000 boards, going to review any winter sticks this season. Got to ride the new Marin at the 50th a week ago and had a blast on it. Probably not. Last time I rode their stuff, they were kind of hard to deal with. I emailed multiple times to get their shit back, and they just never responded. And the boards they gave me were like, I was like, oh, $1,000 board, and I was like, I wouldn't pay that for it. So yeah, no, probably not. Remember to ollie slow signs. All right. Jesse Vega, any 2023, 2024 gear catalogs out there? Trying to see which board I plan to waste my money on in the fall. You can wait till the fall like everyone else. I'm not dropping catalogs on people because it offsets the sale season that's going on now. But the catalogs are out there. I got a few. It's whatever. I will say this. There's a lot of companies. It's like most companies went heavy with board changes this year on existing models if they've been in the line. And then some companies really overhauled their binding lines if they haven't updated them in years. So that's like kind of the two things going on with it in there. I'm sure one of the websites like Zuzupo or whatever will have catalogs up in the next week if they don't already. So, okay. Jackoff Beat. How many pizzas did In-Flight Surf Shop and Seal Beach get from the Black Friday live streamathon? Goose egg. No one took him up on that. I couldn't believe it. I figured one of you guys would have gone down, gotten free tunes on your board for bringing them pizzas, but you didn't. So we got to figure out. We're going to have to redo something different with them next year. Ooh, spin again. All hail the mullet, Lord Kevin. All right, we're going to end this poll. See where we ended up there. Okay, so out of 299 votes, it seems that only 12 of you would be okay with a new host. 38% of you all voted for all hail Lord Thundercheeks, and 49% of you said no. So, bad news, people. I think I'm onboarding a new person that's going to slowly start taking over some of this stuff for me. So, you guys are going to get Thunder Cheeks. TC. Solid dude. So, expect to see him. If you're a member of Angry Snowboarder VIP, you're going to see me dropping test videos, different reviews, top fives, explain videos. We're going to just run tests there, see how he does. Let you guys kind of crucify him over there. Also, probably should push Angry Snowboarder VIP. There's a link in the description, but we're going to use that to help kind of fund bringing him on and expanding what we're doing here. We've hit that point. I can't keep doing everything myself. So bring him on, bring the editor on, and then hopefully in the fall, we'll be able to hire a female reviewer full-time. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So try to really expand what we're doing over here. But, this is the world that I live in right now. I got to expand. Otherwise, I'm just going to die. So yeah, that's, we got that going on. See, since we got over 200 of you guys in here, figured it was time to, let's see if I can find these comments. We'll read some stupid comments of the week because why not, right? This is what we do around here. So Okay, let's let me see. You got to pop that out, and let's see. Go over here. Channel comments. Because I want to read this interaction of some dude that was super offended about a 4-year-old video of me and Kevin talking shit on Gilson because it was funny. It was super funny, but I wanted to share this. So 11 days ago, from our boy Nestor Gonzalez, so back when Kevin and I had a podcast, we talked about Gilson snowboards because we were going through like all the different brands, and basically we said we think they fucking suck, and well, they burned their factory allegedly, or burned to the ground allegedly. It's fraud. Gotta say allegedly here, but it burned to the ground because, well, they're fucking stupid. But it's like, it's hard to trust a hater. Your exaggerations make you look like gossiping women. I was like, it's hard to trust stupid people when they leave comments like this. I feel like it's a fair interaction, right? And he's like, never wrote a Gilson, but I have seen haters like you. Folks, this clearly means that Gilson is doing some things right. No matter what you do, there will be people like this throwing shade. Stay on your course. And I was like, you probably don't even snowboard. If they're doing things right, why did they mysteriously burn their factory down 2 months ago? You should think before you post. Just a humble snowboarder here that loves to shred. You must be a pro the way you're talking. No, I never said I was a pro. You sound like a true dedicated hater. You sure seem to know quite a bit about Gilson and make videos about the company. Remember, folks, if you have to focus on the bad, that's what you will create, find, see. Or I could just be warning people that it's fucking shit. Get in your lane, bud. You're wrong and you don't know what you're talking about. Don't worry, the people will decide that. Well, there's one thing that you're right on. This is going to make comedic gold in the next live stream when I read it. Have fun doing what you do best. Show the people your character. LOL. I'm sure you definitely entertain them, clown. I won't be tuning in. Damn right you won't be tuning in. You literally came to a video from 4 fucking years ago to argue with me. Yet you're still here responding like you even know what you're talking about. Get in your lane, bud. You're a person that snowboards, not a snowboarder. You don't have the experience in snowboarding that I have, and yet think your opinion matters. It doesn't. And I love this response. You're just a guy with a YouTube channel with a bunch of knowledge that you claim, but no wisdom to properly organize it into something useful, unbiased. It's clear you take things personal, and that's the type of opinions you hand out. Hopefully you learn from this. 26 years of riding, 20 plus years working in a shop. I've done manufacturing. I've done everything. I think I kind of know what I'm talking about, but I love the internet. I love the internet because it totally democratizes I can't say the word right. My fucking brain's fried, but it allows people to have their opinions and try to share it. That's great. Okay, cool. You follow the r/snowboarding. Yeah, and my response, and you're a guy that has never worked in the snowboard industry that thinks his opinion matters. You're the one that got so incensed with an old video you wanted to argue about a brand you claim to not even ride or know much about. You've pretty much shown you're just a low-level troll that has never amounted to anything in life, and if you died today, no one in snowboarding would miss you. You're like a small child that walks into the living room in the middle of a movie with no frame of reference to what's going on, and then proceed to ask what's going on, then argue about it like you know what's going on. Get in your lane, dipshit. I'm not arguing anything about snowboarding or claiming that I know so much or even take myself so seriously to make it my persona like you, LOL. I go, I shred, I go home, and I enjoy my life without having to self-declare I'm something and trashing other people or companies on the internet. Again, you must have some degree, award, or have ran a company yourself to know all of this stuff. You probably designed snowboards too, am I right? Actually literally fucking have. You're probably in all those lanes you mentioned, which is why you can tell me to stay in my lane. I guess that's fair. And I was like, you're literally arguing to defend a shitty product you even admitted you've never used. So either you're a liar, invested in the company, or just a fucking moron. My resume is pretty damn strong for snowboarding. I get it. You're a weekend warrior that got hit with a shitty Gilson targeted ad, and the idea of a soft, snappy butter, blah, 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 impressed you. So you searched and you stumbled upon a 4-year-old video. Then you got offended for whatever reason, probably because you're gullible and wanted to believe some shitty targeted ad and don't like people that know more than you because you're a Google expert. You probably read r/snowboarding. You probably follow shitty influencers, and you more or less hate your life and choices, which is why you're here arguing about something you clearly want to be invested in. We can keep going, but at the end of the day, you could have walked away without saying anything, but you chose not to. So here we are with me running circles around any argument you have because you're not in your lane. Why do these people seek me out and try to argue? This is the question I want. I want to know. I want to know why. Why are these These fucking people. Like, where do they come from? 4-year-old video. Like, literally no reason that should have ever popped up in his feed. Like, that thing didn't do good 4 years ago. It's not doing good now. So, that. Now, another one. This came after the last Thursday live stream on January 12th. This, I think, is just fucking hilarious because I was just like, and this comes from Nick Logan. Dude, can you rate my board? A 2012 GNU Danny Cast 155 original C2. Is it still relevant in 2022? My response, why do you care? As it should be. Why do you fucking care? You've owned it now for 11 years. Like, this makes no sense to me. And his response, maybe I respect your opinion. Not everyone that leaves a comment is a total kook. Maybe I care because I'm 40 and I get off on having retro artifacts. I'm a surfer that used to snowboard in the 90s. My 8-year-old son wants to learn now, so I'm kind of gear checking my garage right now. I guess I just want to know if the tech changed much in Mervin's Magna traction and the C2 banana profile. Is that good enough reason to ask my innocent question, Your Highness? Almighty Angry Snowboard, please have mercy on my soul. My response, it's an 11-year-old board. That's like saying cell phones, cars, video game consoles, and your needs and wants haven't changed. Very accurate statement, right? You know, this is where it goes off the rails. Unsubscribing, you fucking a kook. Fucking a kook. I'm fucking a kook. Who bullied you to give you this chip on your shoulder? One video you say how people should ride more instead of buying gear. Another video you're bragging about how much cash and gear you sold because of you. Did you ever realize that a lot of people like to motivate themselves by buying new gear? Then why are you fucking asking me about an 11-year-old board, you dipshit? You might know a lot about camera profiles, but you don't know shit about human beings. Skate Banana is responsible for teaching new humans to snowboard easier and funner, and you hate it. Funner. Don't you mean more fun, you fucking idiot? Never watching another video. You're just like an arrogant teen that works at GameStop. Bye, Felicia. And I was like, sounds like you suck at life and have no clue how to deal with a straight to the point answer. Perhaps you should quit snowboarding and take up skiing, as it seems you like poles, judging by the one stuck up your ass. Did I strike a nerve? I'm a 40-year-old dad. Haven't snowboarded in years. I found my old Danny Cass and I'm stoked. I bet my 8-year-old son has a larger penis than you, LOL. I was like, what's it like knowing an 8-year-old has already surpassed you as a human, both in physical and mental prowess? And this is where it just gets weirder. He's like, I can tell deep down there's good in you. My response, I can tell on a surface level you're mentally unstable and peaked in high school. Wrong. I peaked mentally in 2012 when the GNU Danny Cast was made. It's been a slow mental decline to about a 5th grade level for me, except the time I did a bunch of yayo with a hooker in the Dominican Republic. Well, someone should probably call CPS and get that kid of yours away from you. Why? Please don't call them. Cocaine and prostitutes are not a big deal. How fucking unstable is this guy? This is the shit I deal with on a daily basis that people don't realize. Like, I'm just like, I gave you an answer. I don't give a fuck. Rate my fucking setup. You own it. Are you fucking happy with it? Who gives a fuck what I think about it? You bought it. You liked it. You wrote it. There you go. What do I care? What do you care what I care? It makes no fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense. Like, none whatsoever. Why do people want me to? Well, do you need validation? Are you that insecure of a fucking human? Like, I like shitty ass movies. Movies that no one should ever watch. I love watching them. It's fine. There's a bunch of YouTube people I follow. They make really shitty content that no one should watch. I love watching them. I love supporting them because it's just funny to me. Not going to sit here and argue when people are like, I don't like it. I was like, I can see your point. Like, what is this? What is this? This makes no sense. Also, the Skate Banana is literally one of the worst fucking, it's a fucking turd. If you want to ride a reverse camber board from Mervin, that's good. Go ride the GWO. It's way fucking better. So, anyways. Ugh. This is my fucking life. But where do these troglodytes come from? This is the question I have. I was like, where do these troglodytes just keep coming from? I just don't get it. Like, what did I do? Why are they here? I don't go around just straight arguing with people for the sake of it, thinking I know more than them when they clearly don't. Like, I just don't get it. Ugh, like, the fuck? I don't get it. My favorite is like this guy clearly watched enough of my content, like live streams and shit, but yet he doesn't snowboard. I'm just like, you want to go snowboard with your kid? Go fucking snowboard, dude. Go take out your 2012 Danny Cass. Go fucking ride off a cliff. I don't give a fuck. Ugh. Okay. Let's get back into this. Okay. Kareem 2K. Yes, I've got a gambling problem. Stickers. It's not gambling. All hail the mullet. Okay. All right. Got a super chat here from Alex Campbell. Stickers. Capita Mothership. It's all about the mothership. This is my life. Where we go? Where we go? There you go, sir. You won yourself a medium sticker pack, Alex. Make sure you email me info@angrysnowboarder.com and I'll get that in the mail to you. And then you can put them on your Capita board and you'll be the happiest man on earth. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Vanessa Vargas. I feel like Avran hated on the GNU Ladies' Choice a little bit. Now I might burn it. I mean, if you burn it on the East Coast, maybe they'll get snow because you sacrificed a snowboard. All right. So we got the super chat here from Joe X. I could use more stickers. Got a blank board. Let's see if we can get Joe some stickers. No, Joe, you got to ollie more slow signs this week. If you don't ollie any slow signs, you're not getting stickers. Something's going on outside. Okay. Got a super chat here from our boy Wayne McKenzie. Haven't seen him in a while. All hail the altar of snowboarding. That's right. Hail it. Ugh. Drink that Malort, people. Anyways, so we got a new company giving us stuff. Well, it's a new old company, but Drake is actually sending us boards this year to ride. So they got some next year. So this is the DF Pro Classic Camber, twin shape, blunt shape, Sintra 8000 base, carbon Kevlar rods, wood core. I mean, not much to the marketing back here, people. Like, oh my God. So this is about the graphic, and this is what it says. The image is generated using a node-based visual programming language. The image used as input was found online. The original statue is currently on display in New York at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, March 2022. I feel like they just pulled a graphic off the internet, like clip art or some shit. These things also feel kind of heavy too. I don't know. I might ride one tomorrow. Might not. Not sure. See how I feel. But yeah, so I got those Drakes. And they sent me two bindings. They sent me the Reload and the 50. So the Reload's a little bit of their higher end binding. And like, it's so weird seeing a heel cup that looks like this in this day and age. Like Nitro is still doing it, but theirs is a little more refined. Like this is just like brushed aluminum. It literally, I used to ride Drakes from like 98 or 99. I think it was the 98, 99 season to like 03. I rode them, and they talk about a company that just fell off the face of the earth in the United States. Like the guys that started Union used to work at Drake. So when they didn't like the direction that Drake Northwave was going, they went started Union, obviously. Little history lesson there, which is always funny when you look at the ratchets on a Drake or a Union, they match. But yeah, just super funny. I don't know, like this binding's got that. It's got like the exoskeleton in the strap there. It's a little plush. We'll see. But the weird thing is like, when you're dialing in a binding, you want just like one screwdriver that does it all. So like a number 3. So you have a 3 screw for the foot pad, and then the heel cup and stuff. Number 3 screwdriver for the screws to the base plate. Number 2 for the heel cup and the toe ramp. So I have to have 2 different screwdrivers to adjust this thing. Like super weird. So super weird. Just a little different, but also super stoked to be able to go ride this binding from Battalion, the Fly. A little different. Got the heel cup, slides in there, strap. Gonna see what this one's all about. I got that, and then obviously the Evil Twin Plus. But yeah, that's anyways. All right, let's take some more questions here. We got Peru Ensel Kim. Just wanted to say thanks for the Aviator 2.0 review. Bought it off your recommendation, and I freaking love it. That board's super fun. I need to get on the Victor De La Rue version. Let's see. So, and remember to drink your Malort. Okay. All right, we got one here from Mason. Mind Expander versus Hovercraft for a dedicated powder board. Looking to get a replacement for the Storm Chaser that is about time to retire. So the way I look at these two, the Hovercraft is the original POW board from Jones, and then you got the Mind Expander. Mind Expander has better pop. It's got a little more drive out of it because it's just more camber dominant, whereas the Hovercraft with the cam rocker in there and everything, you can be a little more laid back. I feel like the Hovercraft is better at lower angle POW. Like, so if you're riding like tight trees that are a little more flat, like some of these Colorado resorts, it'll keep its speed better than the Mind Expander. The Mind Expander will kind of bog down a little bit in there. If you're cutting across a groomer, I think the Mind Expander actually carves better to get there. The way I would look at it is you're younger, more aggressive rider, and you're going to charge hard, Mind Expander. You're older, a little more laid back, lower angle POW, Hovercraft. That's how I would look at it. All right. R0323 with the super chat. What's your favorite board graphic of all time? I fucking hate graphics. I don't give a fuck. I literally don't give a fuck about graphics. I look at them and I'm like, well, it's there. I'm going to either put stickers on it or just fucking ignore it. I just don't give a fuck. I just don't. I'm like, half the time I've got like 1,000 feet of vinyl, white and black vinyl. I just want to roll out the vinyl, put the board under it, make a white top sheet, make a black top sheet, and just go fucking ride. Make people guess what the fuck I'm riding. There's no graphic. I like it that way. I just don't care. Tommy B. Fact. He's back from Japan, and we haven't been notified of any bird die-offs over there. So maybe he didn't eat all the birds, or he did, and we're just behind on the news. Kevin, I was wondering why the K2 Passport and the K2 Broadcast are both listed as a 7 in terms of flex, because it's marketing. But one has ICG 10 Tri-X glass and the other has ICG 10 Bi-X glass in the same profile. Price points. That's literally what they're hitting at price points, and it's marketing bullshit. I mean, you're hitting certain price points, and that's really the big difference in there. Then there's the marketing. I mean, a Triax board is going to be a little more rigid, and especially depending what angle, if it's an 88, 90, whatever degree, the torsional flex will change in there too. Okay, let's take some more questions here. Where are we? Trying to find where I am. Okay. Oh God. Oh, anyways. Ugh. Hopefully everyone's stoked out on snowboarding. You know, this is what we need. More people stoked out on snowboarding. Okay. Let's see. All right, Kareem 2K. Okay, I give up. Cool Bean or Party Wave Plus? Cool Bean's discontinued, so you're pretty much stuck with the Party Wave Plus unless you went with the K2 Special Effects, which is the successor to the Cool Bean, but it's not as wide. It's also not as stiff in there, unless you can find an old Cool Bean, which if anyone can find me a 44 Cool Bean in the wrapper, I'd be really stoked on that because I kind of need to replace mine. Oh, so close. You see that? You were so close, but you still do not get stickers. William Graham. Anyone see the Burbs at the end? Corey Feldman is like, God, I love this street. That's how I feel about this channel. You know what I love about the Burbs is it's filmed on the back lot. So it's the same street that they did Desperate Housewives, The Munsters, Leave It to Beaver, all those houses. They've been reusing those same fucking houses since the 1950s. I love everything about that. Like you watch a movie and you're like, oh, it's Mockingbird Lane. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Like they use it over and over and over again. I also love how insane Corey Feldman is these days. It makes me feel better about myself. All right. Hano with the super chat. Stickers, maybe. We'll see. Have you been good today? Oh, ouch. Loser. That was so close, too. Sure. So that's Jared Hattie from Videograss 1. This is the original photo from his dentist. So in the original Videograss movie, which I think they still have a couple copies left on Videograss Now's website, but Jared Hattie hit a rail and knocked his front teeth out. This is the actual photo from his dentist. I won it in a giveaway from Solomon Bonfire. It was just like some weird random raffle that I entered as a joke. And this is one of my favorite, like one of my most prized snowboarding possessions. Because like Jared Hattie never really got big in snowboarding and stuff, and pretty much this is what he's known for. And I have the original copy of it, and so I treasure this thing on another level, and so yeah. Anyways, old school snowboard history there. Cameron Holmraz, thoughts on the Santa Cruz bindings? I see it's making some of the bindings for the house brands, e.g. Santa Cruz Senders are the Barats by Chamonix and the Evil something. It's all price point shit. It's all like open mold shit that's like 20 years old that they're slapping their name on and they're just pushing their in-store brand stuff. Like it's crap. It's nothing special. Oh God. Mikey P, any thoughts on strap-ins? Was thinking of adding Velcro straps to my boots to preserve the stiffness throughout the year and during the day. Strap-ins aren't going to preserve the stiffness. they're not changing the foam in there. The guy that invented them is a fucking kook. Got into an argument with him about it, and I was like, look, this really doesn't do anything because you're not permanently attaching it to the boot. Like, you know, like if you're going to do something, I mean, I've got the Spark R&D version that's actually probably better because it's a thick strap. This needs to be mounted on the shell of the boot, and then you can crank it like a booster strap like that. But the strap-ins, dude, it's just marketing bullshit from some dude that made a stupid tchotchke that went because he went snowboarding like 10 times in his life. Like, don't fucking waste your time. Sticky baldy Adrian. How do you feel about Tommy being sponsored by Burton? I think he's just using them as a way to get a free trip to Vermont to their factory and office and everything there in Burlington because they have a big bird population outside of it, and he's going to run around eating all the birds in Vermont. Mass extinction, people. Tommy eats all the birds. Over most heads, have you rode an Endeavor archetype? Thoughts, legacy versus the new one? I've owned 2 archetypes. It's my favorite powder board. Like, must be new to the channel. So if you go watch my top 5 powder boards, that board always makes the list. I've owned 2. I love it. I am supposed to have a legacy archetype showing up next week. The difference between the regular and the legacy version is in that was it photon top sheet or whatever they call it, and it's the production method that they do it, so it actually reduces weight while increasing strength, so you get a lighter weight ride with more strength to it, so it has more snap in it. I'll have a whole explained video on that eventually, but I love the archetype. Like, honestly, I'm to a point in my life where I'm like, if I just rode POW every day, that would be the only board I'd have, and I would just fucking ride it. I'd have like multiple sizes in it. So I could be like, today's the big boy board, today's the medium, today's the small one. Like, that would be the only board I would ride for POW the rest of my life. Okay. Let's see. Got Sky Storms with the super chat, successor to the Rosinal Angus. The closest thing that would be in the current Rosinal lineup to that would be the Juggernaut, and not this year's. It'll be next year's one because they made it more approachable by softening it up a little bit. But that would be the spiritual successor, in my opinion, to the Angus. Eat your muscle cheese. Whew. Richard Price, is the Battalion Party Wave Twin the new Magic Carpet? If so, is it a new board or will it be similar? It's the replacement to it, but it is not the same. I was actually talking with the rep, my boy Chad Lewis, great dude. We were talking about this because he rode Magic Carpets for years, and he's like, yeah, I figured, okay, this would be the thing. And he's like, it doesn't have the same snap. It's a little more soggy for it. And Chad's a big dude. And he's like, I think they're going to make a Party Wave Twin Plus. And he's like, that might be it. And I was like, that kind of makes sense. But it's spiritual successor. Yes. Ride wise, I haven't been on it, but from what I've heard, it is not the same. Joe X, East Coast got snow, then rain, ice nation. Yeah, you guys got fucked. There you go, Joe. You just won yourself another small sticker pack. And you know how to get a hold of me. Get that in the mail to you. You can put those on that new board. It's all naked. Okay, let's see. Okay, Josiah Bartle. Have you had a chance to try out the Nerd Relic 156? I was wondering if it will be stiffer than the 51. It's supposed to be stiffer than the 51. I did not pick it up yesterday. I gotta swing over to Jordan's house and grab that from him. But I am going to be riding the new 56 from them, and I think I'm going to grab a 60 superposition too while I'm at it because I just want to see what the difference from the 57 to the 60 is. So there will be new nerd reviews for next year. All right. Okay. R. O'Malley, tell a lift line horror story. I got so many of them. So many of them. My favorite, well, not one of my favorites, but one of the more recent ones. So, how was this? 20. So it wasn't last season. It was 2 seasons ago. Yeah, it was two seasons ago. Copper got a 48-inch pow day. Like it just dumped 48 inches during dew tour. So me and my friends were in the line, and it's a 6-pack to get on Eagle, and we're on the left, and there's like some people on the right, and they're the lifties are doing a job making 6. So they call us out, and they call out the other people, and the guy was standing lengthwise with his family of 6. So he just starts snaking us, and dude pushes me, and I was like, so I just push him back, and I was like, don't fucking push me. So he's like, you think you're tough? And I was like, you think you're an asshole? Because you are. Or I was like, no, I didn't say, do you think you're an asshole? I was like, did you know you're an asshole? And so he pushes me. So we're going back and forth. And he's like, I got kids. And I was like, fuck your kids, fuck your wife, and fuck your family. I was like, you're cutting me off. You're a douche canoe. Fuck you. And he's like, I'm a cop. And I was like, oh yeah? Show me your fucking badge. And he's like, what? And I was like, show me your fucking badge. It has no relevance to what's going on right here. You're just a bully with a badge. You probably shoot people. And he's like, well, I was like, go to the car and get it. Go fucking get it. Get out of the line and go get it. I'll wait here. I wasn't going to wait. I was going to go fucking ride. It's 48-inch pow day. I don't give a fuck about him. But he's sitting there, and his friend is like, well, I'm a sheriff's deputy. And I was like, in this county? And they're like, well, no. And I was like, Denver County. Well, no. And I was like, in the state of Colorado. No. And then I was like, then what you have is a fucking award that means fucking nothing in this state, in this county, in this township, at this resort. Suck a fart out of my ass, you fucking pickle dick motherfucker. So then he sees one of the stickers I've got on the back of my high back, and he's like, do you work there? And I was like, no, I don't. I support him. I buy stuff. Well, I know the owner. And I was like, I know the owner very well too. And he's just like, and he's getting all huffy. And so he goes to push me again. And I just pushed him right on the ground. And I was like, fuck you. So we get up, we go ride, and we're coming down a chair. And this dude's fucking crotch goblin, like, falls, like, in front of me. So I just ride around him, whatever. And this dude goes around, and he's like, you knocked my kid over. And I was like, I didn't fucking touch your kid. He sucks dicks with his butthole like his old man. So anyways, we're riding. We're going down to a chair. And I stop before the roll because you want to make sure you pick your line right. And with 4 feet of snow, you've got to make sure because people were falling in creek beds and shit. So anyways, homeboy goes down, falls in a creek bed. So I fucking Super Mario brothered him. He popped his head up and I just wallied right off his head on my board. And I was like, fuck you. Get down to the lift line. He comes down and he's like, my neck's all fucked up. And I was like, okay. You want me to have them call ski patrol for you so you can go home? Suck a dick. You suck. I don't give a fuck about you. I'm a cop. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. That has no relevance to the situation that we have here at hand. You wanted to fuck around. You found out. There you go. So yeah, that's a horror story. This dude, if he had a gun, he probably would have shot me. Like, fuck this guy. Ooh, Tommy B fact. Tommy has a whole cage of rodents that he's genetically raising so that they will entice birds of prey to chase them so that he can eat them. True story. Fuck this guy. I'm just going to block you from the channel. There we go. All right. Henry Degenerate, got a K2 passport coming in. Haven't ridden anything but full arbor rocker for the last 200 days on snow. What can I expect? You got to remember this. It's camber. It's going to feel more hooky. You steer it out at the contact points, less underfoot. That is the big issue. You're going to want to torsionally flex this board and steer it like you would your arbor because you had that grip tech. You don't have that anymore. You got a multi-radius side cut that's going to steer and engage further out. Be aware of that. Be prepared to hook an edge. It's just going to feel a little more catchy until you get used to it. Okay. Chris Quang, what's your opinion on fixed bindings? Don't think I ever saw your reviews on them. So there are reviews on them, but they're on angrysnowboarder.com. They're old written reviews. Fix makes a great binding. Does have a bigger tray under it, so you do get a bigger dead spot, but their stuff is super solid. I actually have to email Jason, the owner, and try to see if I can get a pair for review. Okay. Eric Chen, summer big snow meetup. Thanks for all you do. I may have to be in New York for a wedding on July 5th. And if I am, um, uh, so I may have to be there for this wedding and I'll be staying in New Jersey. So if I'm going out there, fuck it, we'll do a meetup for sure. So yeah. Eat your muscle cheese. All right. Okay. Marco Purchase. What do you think of Park City, Utah? I think the town kind of fucked up and let Vail take over. The mountains kind of meh. Canyons is cool, but it rains there. It's also super crowded. Like they oversell their passes and shit. It's not what it used to be even 5 years ago. It's like not a good thing. So, ooh, person 3 above you gets a spin. 1, 2, 3. That's Ryan CP33. Eat that muscle cheese, people. Eat that muscle cheese. All right. We got Brandon with the super chat. Spin to win. Bear this weekend. Base cleaned. Oh man, get some videos of the Jerry's at Bear Mountain because there's always something good going on up there. Eat that muscle cheese. Okay, we got Jeff Stewart. I'm intrigued by now bindings. Everyone that I talk to loves them, but rarely do they own them or buy them. Is that skate tech legit? Would you buy them if you could only buy one binding? No, if I had to buy one binding, I'd buy whatever the fuck I want when I want to fuck. Skate tech's fully legit. I love the way that those things ride, but I want consistency. I had a better deal when I bought my black labels. I'm sticking with them now at this point because, well, they still work. If I have to replace one binding, I've got to replace 4 bindings. And at 4 bindings, what am I going to do? Get 4 pairs and now selects all at once? I'm like, especially when my bindings are still good. And I'm basically saying you can run them into the ground. There you go. But skate tech's legit. They work. There you go. All right. Alex Campbell, another kook story. LOL, please. Why do I have to tell kook stories? They're fucking everywhere, man. I do think it was funny though. The other day, I'm riding up Eagle at Copper, and I see this dude with a big old backpack. I was like, one, I don't understand people that ride with backpacks at resorts where you're no more than like 5 minutes, 10 minutes away from a lodge. Like, what are you keeping in there? Nothing. And I watch them, and it's always throwing their balance off, and they always look like they're gonna die. But the dude's got Burton step-ons. I can see it from the chairlift on an Apex Orca. So you figure right there, he's got about $2,000 right into a setup right there, wearing AK outerwear. So let's just throw another grand on top with everything. I don't know how he did it, but he was on his toe edge and hooked his heel edge. I watched it, butt slammed, popped back up from ass slamming to toe catch to full scorpion right in front of me. And I was like, further proof that you cannot buy your way into being a better rider. I was like, meanwhile, I'm like looking down at my snowboard and I'm like, yeah, I'll take my $400 plus setup. So, yeah. So, anyways. Okay. Anyways. I think we're done for the night. I've been here for over 2 hours. I've got stuff to do. I got to go take the dog out, and then I got to get food and um, see what we can do. And, but thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm gonna try to have a new video for you tomorrow or Saturday. How trash do your accessories get over 100-day season? So we're gonna look at like gloves, goggles, helmet, miscellaneous accessories and whatnot in that video, and that'll be like the last of those trashed videos that I got going on for you. If you like what we're doing around here, you want to support us further so that I can bring on Lord Thundercheeks and make his ass clap for you on camera, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP, become a member. I got links down in the description. Don't forget to check out the cultural mystery link of the week down below in the description too after this video ends. And there's about like 30 something video links in this description, 30 to 40 videos. A lot of stuff you guys can catch up, watch some cool snowboarding and whatnot in there. Also, if you're looking for something else to watch during the week, every Tuesday, swing over to Unstrapped Snowboarding. My boy Andrew Brewer and his friend Jim Dunnigan have a clip show on snowboarding. It's awesome. Sometimes I pop into the chat, talk shit. If Tommy Bennett has a live stream, you can usually catch me in there talking shit to him as well. Goddamn bird eater. Seriously, he's going to cost us all as the human race the next mass extinction because he's killing all the birds by eating them whole. That little man can swallow like 10 at a time. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. You know the drill. Hit the like, subscribe, do that thing, and I'll see you guys in another video.